Tom Brady done? Is he finished?
And Green Bay is not Green Bay right now.
You always wrong. Ooh.
Let's go back to Philly. A big trade just happened. Jimmy Butler.
And he's facing his former team, so you know it's gonna be some animosity.
And the number one spot
For now.
Oh.
Seeing that field in Mexico City, it shows how stupid the NFL is. Now the East. How we looking? Favorite team.
Her favorite team.
With this trade happening, does this mean the Sixers are the front runners, are the favorites?
So you're gonna stand up here and defend the player that just went 1 for 11, and then all of a sudden got sick.
Work day is on my nerves, but you know I'm here. We talking about sports, man. So I ain't even thinking about work right now. I'm thinking about sports.
That's why your laptop dead.
Y'all, it is the platform with smooth
And Sadal
because when it's about sports,
becomes our business. And business just picked up.
pick up even more.
Ooh-wee.
I tell you.
Ooh-wee. Knuckle punch.
What is going on, brother?
Yeah, man. Ain't nothing going on. I'm ready to
Get it in.
get it in right here. I'm just gonna sit here on a fly on the wall right
Dude,
now.
Man, we in the kitchen cooking, boy. Man, who
Right.
loves sports?
We go to church every Sunday.
But yes, as you see, it's right now, it's myself and Sadal. Stan is gone today on a segment, a special segment.
Yes.
So he'll be back next week, in which I think next week you will not be back because you have your other.
Yes,
Okay.
I will be on a segment.
Right. So right now is all. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. This is your Wednesday night sports delight. Finally, 100 subscribers.
Oh yes.
It took us a minute, but I have a feeling after this show, maybe during the show,
Oh, you never know.
we may get up to like 200.
Might be.
You know,
Hey, I want to just point out this. I don't know if they can see this, but I got my Harlem Heat shirt on. Hall of Fame 2019. And man, you talk about the Heat.
I see.
Whew. You about to it's about to be lit.
Yeah. All right. So I haven't seen this man in up 10 years, man. Almost close to 10 years.
50, 11 years.
50, 11 years. And dude is a spectacular bass player. And I found out just recently he has a whole lot more of some things that he does around St. Louis, man.
A whole heap of
A
stuff.
whole heap of stuff. So everyone show some love. Special guest for the evening. He is officially a native
Yes.
of the Platform Sportstalk show. We got Big Game in the building. I'm gonna just say his name one time, and that's it, because it is on everybody's screen. Special guest Bernard Thornton. But tonight, Big Game is in the house. How you doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing, bro? Appreciate you for having me, man.
Man, it is our pleasure. We here. We in this thing.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes,
St.
sir.
Louis and say we in her.
We doing it. Doing it well. Want to make sure we get some
We got some viewers.
Yeah.
Come on in, man.
Come on through. As you see, you have instructions on how you can either comment on the show on YouTube on the very bottom, or if you want to go ahead and voice some things, you can just follow the instructions on the screen, and there you go. It's just that simple. So, big game. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm all right, man. I'm blessed to be here, man. It's a new day, man, and just excited about the future, man.
What's up? Tell everybody about yourself, man.
Man, business, man. First of all, I'm just glad to be here. That's number one, and then we're gonna talk about the business side. I'm the new head coach at Roosevelt High School. Also, entrepreneurship. Dealing with I started a home health care company. Also selling the English Bulldogs. It don't get no better than that.
No doubt.
Then also we in the used car business, so it's also a great avenue, and we still doing our mentoring program. So we just out here trying to make a difference by any way we can.
Straight. All right.
What's up?
And you recently was just, I don't want to say awarded, but given the opportunity to coach Roosevelt High School.
Right.
What sport? What sport if they don't know?
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay.
Varsity basketball.
Varsity basketball. What's up, man? That's
Yes.
really cool. Go ahead and say it now. Good luck with that journey. Because you know there's a certain team, you know, that plays in the PHL as well. You know, just one state not too long ago, my high school, the V, you know. So good luck with that journey.
I think I might have heard something about him. I'm not
Yeah, you know.
really sure.
May have.
You know,
They
just check the banners around the school. but also shouts out to my boy Coach Adriel Betts. He coaches Career Academy. So his first year coaching the PHL as a head coach. So I got a lot of old buddies of mine who's doing big things, man.
Yeah, coaching, man.
Coaching this youth. From just over the now, how long have you been in the PHL coaching overall?
I've been in the PHL about 8 years now, man. I've spent about 7.5 years over at Sodan, man. So I went out with an injury, so that kind of had me set out a half a year. But I was over at Sodan coaching JV for those years.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of buzz outside of, you know, the PHL. They're saying how the PHL is having trouble with a lot of students nowadays, whether it's scholastically. They see a lot of students doing well, you know, sports-wise, but in regards to just being in a public high school system, what are your thoughts? Are there a lot of wrong narrative that's being said about the PHL, in your view, with you being knee deep into it?
I think we get a lot of backlash for all the wrong reasons. But if you notice, that's with anything. You know, they don't praise the good ones. They just kind of find the bad ones or the ones who didn't work out wherever they was and kind of put them on the front page instead of, you know, it's just like, you know, they show you the commercial. All you see is the kids in Africa with flies around them, but they don't show you the rich city. They don't show you the feel-good stories.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it comes with the territory, unfortunately, but, I mean, it's a part of it. I think it's just a bad narrative, though.
Mm-hmm. And please feel free, once again, folks, throughout the show to comment on the very bottom. Once again, let me put up this information real quick so you can see. If you wanted to voice anything throughout the show, any topic that we have to discuss, the opportunity is right there now on your screen. I'm going to take it away in just a few minutes, but I just want to get y'all heads up on how to go ahead and be prepared for.
Yeah, you might want to keep that up there.
Well, you know, certain views, I want to make sure that people can see him, and I have
Gotcha.
the caption going
Yeah.
across the ST.LOUIS of his cap. So
Gotcha.
I'm just holding things down for everyone so y'all can go ahead and see how you can provide text and let me know your name so you can be live. I can call you up. Won't be no thing, but we about to have some fun, man.
Yeah, man, as always.
Yeah, about to have some fun. Shouts out once again to everyone tuning in. Appreciate the love. We're going to have a good time. So, before we even get to the round table, before we even get to all of the topics, You told me that you had some things that you wanted to go ahead and address, and this show.
Get something off your chest.
Yeah. So as I said on the pre-show, if you wasn't watching, you have your shows like The First Take, Undisputed, this show, that show, whatever it is, and a lot of people don't get the opportunity to say what they want to say. This is why it's called the platform.
Yes. Moments like this is why we have the show.
Yes. This is why it's called the platform. We want to provide the opportunity for people to go ahead and whatever topic it is, sports-wise, let it out. So you have a little backstory in regards to from your old job to your current job.
The transition, yes.
The floor is now yours.
Well, I came over to show that via Justin Tatum. Strange story is he hired me and another guy to be the he hired me to be the JV coach. I eventually applied for the varsity position. Didn't end up landing the varsity position. He sent me to JV. Well, he actually told me that he was going to CBC after the fact, but hey, you know, long story short, I ended up staying at Sodan with a guy I didn't know. I didn't know him, he didn't know me. So we spent the first year, real rough year. We played they were coming, Sodan was coming off a state title. I'm talking about a national schedule almost. Wow. That we had to play with freshmen and sophomore. So, and then you got two new coaches. I'm new, he's new. We don't know anything about each other. Everything we clashing, boom, bumping head. He say one thing, I'm thinking another. But granted, I'm the assistant coach. So, in hindsight, so we struggled that year. And things were said on his end, on my end, a lot of, kind of back and forth, backbiting one another. And so as we going into the second year, I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know this guy. I really didn't need the money, and it was just a situation where I just love being at my old high school. I'm an alumni there, so of course I wanted to be there. And so one day I'm at my grandmother's house, and me and my uncle talking, and I'm saying all this negative stuff. I'm like, man, forget this dude, man. He don't really know nothing. He from the east side, just a simple-minded. That's just a simple-minded thought. So when I get done bickering and going over all this stuff, my uncle says, man, listen, he said, listen, nephew. He said, it's going to come a day where you're going to be in that seat, and you're not going to want nobody saying the things that you said about him in the public. Mm-hmm. Granted, I was just talking at home, but I did say it among some public people because that's just what type of person I was. So he said, nephew, if you're going to be a professional Uno player, be the best you can be. If you're gonna be a roach smasher, just be the best you can be. So going into that second year, I had it on my mind. I'm like, man, you know what, man? Maybe he's making some sense. Like, why am I? Is it about me or is it about the kids? So I had to make a choice. If I'm gonna stay, stay and be great at what you're doing. So I said, if I'm gonna be an assistant coach, I'm gonna be the best assistant coach that I can be. So that was a lesson that I learned after my first year. I thought that I was ready for that varsity circuit at that time, and it really wasn't the case. I was just young and zealous, man. You got to think, man, we was 27 years old, thinking, your playing career is almost at the end, and you really just trying to stay around the game. And I still love the school, so it was like it was one of those things. So hindsight, after me working under him for about 6 years, I'm talking about we built a great relationship, won a district title, we friends.
Okay.
Everything. I went to him, I apologized. I said, listen, bro, I said some things. Now, I know you said some stuff too, but I'm only going to take account for, and he can vouch for this. His name was Coach Darvin Willie, man, one of the greatest and X's and O's guys that I ever worked with. Mm-hmm. And we had an opportunity, man, to sit down and talk. And I mean, it was a great thing. And after that 6 years, his wife ended up getting a job as a doctor down in Florida. So here I am, I'm applying for the varsity position. I done spent 6.5 years on the JV circuit.
Paid your dues.
I've been winning. I paid my dues. All of this. This is my school that I've been here. I was the recruiter to get kids to start to compete with those Vashon guys, and we closed that gap. Let's just keep it real. We closed the gap. And we closed the gap with the talent. I mean, they were still a more elite program because them guys, man, you got to take your hat off to them because they do a heck of a job.
Thank you.
So whatever. So we get to the point where I'm interviewing for the position. I sit down with the principal. He tells me, yeah, I'm thinking the way he sounds that I'm the guy for the job. Not the case. The 9th hour goes by. I don't get a call back. And I'm like, what's going on? And then he finally tells me I'm going with a different guy.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow. I'm sitting there shell shocked. My cousin just transferred down here from Minnesota. He's living with me. He's going into his senior year, and we got high hopes for the program. So now I got to make a choice. So I get a call from the guy who was hired, who was James Washington. He was a guy I was very familiar with. I knew him I know him since I was a younger guy, and so I got a call from Had too, Lil Gerald's dad, and he says, "Hey, Big James wanted to reach out to you, X, Y, and Z," and I'm like, man, I don't know, bro. I felt kind of, in my heart, I felt kind of, betrayed by the program. Nothing against Coach, but it was just, I'm like, man, what is this, bro? I just paid my dues, and this is how you do me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So Big Joe, like, man, talk to him, man. He's like, man, he really wants you to be a part of this. And he know you connected with the kids. And the kids, we were so connected because I done sold these parents on, like, we got this thing under control. So I had to make a decision. So I said, let me call him, see what's going on. I reach out. We go into that year. We got the twins coming back. Little cuz going to be a senior. We got Tyon, Elijah. I'm talking about nice pieces that are coming back, and I'm like, man, I do want to be a part of this. This could possibly be our year to knock out the Kings, because you gotta respect, everything is built to knock down Vashon. I'm just being real. So we get all the way to the district championship, play them. I'm talking about super close, and end up losing by 5. And so my cousin goes on to graduate. End of the year, I end up starting a home healthcare company, and I was like, man, I really want to start focusing on my business. I got a lot of things going on as far as the dogs, cars, this, that, everything that that was making it my lifestyle livable. You know what I'm saying? The way I wanted to live my life.
Right.
So I walk away. I call Coach and I say, hey, man, I think it's time for me to walk away from coaching altogether. So I step away from coaching, but I still help out. I'm still doing the recruiting, still helping because I was working at the middle school at the time, and so I was still kind of, hey, this kid, you might want to look at him. That we had a great relationship, in my opinion. So I get to the meat of it. I get a call from my good buddy from Normandy, Jonathan Griffin. He gets the principal job.
Jonathan Griffin, yeah.
He gets the principal job at Cornerhead. He said, man, I think you should apply. So I'm thinking, okay, sure, why not? So I apply for the job because he called me and told me I should apply. I apply for it. His athletic director thinks different. I go back into hiding. Like, I sit out for a whole year. Like, man, I'm not gonna coach. Because he offered me the girls' job, and I was like, nah, that ain't really what I wanted to do. And I was like, man, what is going on? Like, why is this happening? So I sit out, and I'm still helping out at Soda, and not really hands-on, but just if I see a kid or if I think, whatever, me and Coach are still in decent contact. And so over about a couple months ago, I see the Roosevelt job is a posting, and I get a call from Big Gerald. He said, man, throw your name in the hat, man. And I'm like, man, I'm done with that stuff, bro. I'm focused, man. I'm winning, man. I'm eating, man. The money's good. I ain't trying to spend my day with my, but coaching is still my passion. So throw my name in the hat, get a call back from Trey Porter. Trey Porter's from Poplar Bluff, man. Great guy, man. He turned that football program around. They end up winning the PHL title for the first time in I don't know how long. And he's like, man, adamant on they're going to grow that school back up and build it back up. So I was like, man, I would like to be a part of it, but my loyalty was always Sodan. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of hard to step away from Sodan. That's all I knew as a coach. And then so heard a couple ruffles. And I'm like, forget that, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So first strain smoking, I signed my contract, and now here we are, man. Nothing negative over there, man. You know, people. What I learned is people like to have animosity or try to twist things a certain type of way, man. But I talked to coach. He gave me the blessing, and from what I understood, everything was good, and we moved on. And now it's time. We got him on the schedule, and you best believe it's a date that I have circled on my calendar. You
know what? The platform may have to do a broadcast.
Man,
I mean it's a game that's circled on my calendar, and it just is what it is. You know, the rumors, people can say whatever they want. They love to see, and I don't know what it is about us. You know, when I say us, I mean black people that we love drama. Hey, it's okay to move forward and grow. I don't have to. I'm not. If I sign up to be a dishwasher, guess what? I don't want to be a dishwasher forever. I want to go to the next level.
Right.
So, and a lot of people took that as that's
some bad blood
growth,
or something.
Growth. There's nothing wrong with growth.
And going back to what you just said, it's like a bad plague right now. Like you just said, you start off as a dishwasher person, but now you want to move up to head of janitorial staff, and other people like ourselves, brothers, you know, even sisters sometimes.
Yeah.
Pretty much the black community, they see he wants to move on, and they want to find ways to prevent that from happening. And
crabs in the barrel mentality.
Exactly. Man. It doesn't make sense why it has to continue to happen this way. It even happens in the professional ranks.
Yes.
Matter of fact, you even have how many times? That's why we have Idiot of the Week. So many athletes, you're already making hella money, and you get to this level where you about to even get even more bank, but then you stop your own self, and
you hating on yourself.
and like T-Bone just says, he says nobody wants to be Robin. That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I don't agree with that, because I took my pride to the side, because I had to question myself, even coming back after when I didn't get it.
You was there for 6 years, though.
Right. When I didn't get it, you know what I did? I said, I had to question myself, is it about me or is it about these kids? Mm-hmm. And so when I said, you know what, this is our group that we bought in, me and Coach Whitley, the group that we committed to their parents, man. It was so hard this year not being a part of that brotherhood over there. You know, it was a tough thing for me, because it was the first time I sat out and I actually went home before 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night. And people don't understand, like the PHL, they ain't paying like that. Mm-hmm. And when you when I can go sell one puppy and make $4,500 and sit up here for a whole season and make $4,500, $4,000, whatever it is, you know, you got to make it make sense.
Yeah, so you can trade.
Man, I played that Robin role, and you know what? It's dating back to what my uncle taught me. Whatever you do, do it well, do it great. So that wasn't an issue for me. It was just time, and everything has its season. And you know, I felt like I put my work in. I did what I was supposed to do, and it was just time to move on.
But check this out. One of the greatest examples that you can use in regards to someone stepping back and playing Robin is Dwayne Wade.
Oh, yeah, man. I don't know if I could have did that.
But
he was in his prime. He was in his prime.
But the thing is that even for what he did by being Robin, when you think of Miami Heat, who do you think of still?
Dwayne Wade.
Number one.
Dwayne Wade.
He sacrificed being the man to allow his boy to come in and just do your thing. But everybody still knows at the end of the day, it's still about Wade County.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
without
so
question.
Like you said, it shouldn't be about you don't want to be Robin. Sometimes being Robin and stepping back and letting things happen is going to be the best thing. I think about the Temptations movie. I know it's not sports related, but think about the Temptations movie when old boy I forgot his name, who started the whole thing.
Otis Williams.
Yeah, he could have easily been like, I'm gonna step in and be the lead singer no matter who I get. Eddie Kendricks, I don't care. So-and-so, I don't care. This is my band. I started from the ground. I'm going to go ahead. But no, what he do? He let the people who know how to do this.
Even after what's it called? Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Right.
David Ruffin.
Right. But
David Ruffin and the Temptations.
Right. Yeah. He knew what was best, you know what I'm saying, to make things grow. And so I definitely commend you for taking the opportunity just to go ahead and say, you know what, this is for the kids. Cause a lot of people, going back to black people trying to prevent each other from progressing, we're so narrow-minded. We don't think about one thing, but you're not thinking about the future. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about you doing this for the kids. How a certain kid may look up to you like, you know what I'm saying? Man, there's so much meaning.
Man, it's, you know what, and those guys, man, those my guys, them kids, man, those kids are great, man. No, I wouldn't trade one moment over there at Sodan that I spent over there. But again, like I said,
now
chapter's closed.
Yeah.
And I see them next time I see them, I'm gonna be swing.
And it wasn't like you were just going after the head coach like right off the rip. You were like, hey man, I got this on the side. I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah, man.
But that opportunity presented itself, and you took it.
I mean, you got to look at every aspect of this matter, bro. I just, it was time. It was just time.
Yeah.
And then,
because I didn't come, even with the Roosevelt situation, I didn't really seek after that.
Exactly.
I got a call about that. Like, it wasn't like me.
Yeah,
saying,
they came after you.
It wasn't me saying, hey, Roosevelt, that's not really the most prestigious job in the world. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, it's a job to be done for the kids, man. And I looked at what they had coming back. It's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble.
And my last thing I'm gonna say about it, just from listening to your story too, is there's a reason God didn't want you to have that position at that time, because He knew at the end of the day, yes, this was your home. You love Sodan, but He knew deep down inside, if you would have had that job at that position, you was not gonna be fulfilled and happy the way that you are right now.
Right. I'm actually this and this is to go like Dr. K-Shine, the principal at Sodan. He gave me a job, decent job. Mm-hmm. These people, they created me a job and doubled my pay. So,
you know, it's something to be said about being wanted, and you never know, man.
I'm just saying,
the way things play out, you could be known as the guy that turned it all around and be a legend.
Hey,
man,
it's a
is
great
crazy.
story to tell.
Roosevelt.
Listen, bro, they created a situation and double me. So
Double up.
what's there to talk about?
Right. And
I
T-Bone,
don't even want to say the word soda no more. So you know.
so what? T-Bone says, don't get me wrong, and please feel free to comment, with him. Don't get me wrong, being Robin is necessary at points, but for most people, it's not the ultimate goal.
It's not the ultimate goal. I agree with you. I would definitely agree with you.
And then there's some people that just
some people ain't built to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a church full of pastors, I mean, obviously you ain't getting nothing done.
Ain't nothing gonna be done.
I'm gonna tell you what God said. Did the other dude come back?
Says double or nothing. Right.
Oh, man,
double or nothing.
Double or
you
nothing.
better say it.
Yeah. So going back, man, what started your passion for wanting to be a coach, being a leader, being someone people can look up to?
You know what? I always had my own way about doing things, bro. I always been a leader, but I'm not afraid to follow. So I grew up in church, so leadership was always in order, So I grew up with my dad in the house, so that was always in order. Leadership was always in order. So I always picked up the characteristics, the traits, of being a leader. But I also understood how to follow first. And that's dating back to the Coach Willie situation. I really had to learn. I had to learn how to follow, because I'm always so used to being so bossy and trying to run everything, and it just don't work like that. Sometimes you got to really just, hey man, and learn something. And I really had to learn. I mean, I wasn't ready, bro. If they would have gave me that program 7 years ago, looking back, oh boy, they would have deemed me the worst coach ever.
He'd be out there in the streets,
Hey,
holding a sign,
You wouldn't get
looking for a job.
you wouldn't have those calls 7 years later, people making you a spot. You'd be like,
Man.
oh no.
I don't know about that one.
But getting a chance to listen to these different coaches, man, I would go to West End, man, with I don't even like saying the Vashon coach name, but we would be at the West End, and I would just watch how they went about their work ethic in the summertime. I would go watch a Coach Blossom out at Webster Grove, how he would take the time to just talk to me about, different strategies, So, I mean, then working with Coach Whitley and Coach Washington, I'm talking about X's and O's guys that would, you'd be like, man, okay, I see that. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I'm going to run your stuff against you. So you better get ready for it,
Right. I'm a little older, and I love football, and I love history, so I'm gonna bring these two guys up in football. You got Doug Williams, and you have Warren Moon. Doug Williams gave him a shot in the NFL with the worst team in the league. Got him all the way to the NFC Championship game and lost. But then all of a sudden, he can't find a starting spot because, the black quarterback. So he waited for like 4 or 5 years and finally got that opportunity in Washington and won the Super Bowl as the first black quarterback.
Hey, man.
Warren Moon, he didn't even get an opportunity to even start. He didn't even get drafted. Hall of Famer, first black quarterback in the Hall of Fame, didn't even get drafted. Had to go all the way to the Canadian Football League. Win 6 straight Grey Cups championships up there, and then finally, it's like, yeah, you come on, start.
Man, but you know what? Sometimes, man, that's the part of the process, man.
It's all part of the process,
It's all
man.
the part of what that big guy out there saying till Kawhi stumped on his neck. Trust the process. The process over.
Yeah.
So
Process
we're
is
here now.
done.
Yeah. So we're here now, and so now we're gonna make the best out of it, man. It's a challenge, man. It's a real challenge over there, man. But it's a kid over there, man. I mean, he'll walk in bucket. So we gonna see.
So going back to your recruiting, not asking you, how do you do it, but how
you can't recruit in high school. That's illegal.
right. But you said earlier how you were, bringing in, more talented players. How did you learn how to sell, yourself, your program to bring kids who, now I know, granted, it's a lot about district stuff like that too, but they can still choose other schools, or the parents could. How are you able to get them to say, you know what, follow me?
I think over at Soden was a magnet school, so I mean that was a choice school. So I mean you had a lot more selling power over there with that.
Right.
But now over at Roosevelt, what I didn't even realize is all the programs that they offer. They offer that virtual program. That's that program. If you behind, if you're struggling, I mean, hey, that might be something you might look into. Are you not going to graduate on time? You say what? Oh, okay. Come on over. So I mean, it's a lot of ways I can't give away. That's one thing I can't give away over there.
Right.
Because I don't want them talking about Arizona.
Right,
They came looking for Arizona, then they come looking for me.
So how does it feel now that you're being in and you are the head coach, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I know that you have heard, you've had to have spoken with other previous coaches when you was at your previous school. How is it like? I know you have maybe had the chance to talk to like Krzyzewski and Coach Cal, the whole nine. But just being able to speak to college coaches, I know they have to feel good. You know what I'm saying? Or have you been able to get to that experience yet?
I've had that experience in the past.
Okay.
So, but not that level. We haven't had those type of kids.
But they coming though, right?
Yeah, mid-major type. We've had. See, Soda and those twins, mid-major. Those kids are mid-major type of kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids that can play at that mid-major level. So I'm waiting to get a Division I athlete. So, and when the time comes,
Yeah.
But you got to look at it like this. Them guys, them Lehighs ain't that bad. You look at the C.J. McCullochs of the world, the Kawhi Leonards, the Klay Thompsons. Those ain't bad. Those ain't bad landing spots.
Right.
Them guys are starting. The Chris Middleton. Them guys are starting to land in
When
great
you have
spots.
talent, it's just like a good deal. When you have talent, they'll find you.
Oh yeah, without question. So, but we just want to. First goal is get these kids to college.
Yeah,
and after that,
that's
we'll go
right.
from there.
Absolutely.
Hey, great start, man, to the show.
Man, I appreciate you again. I appreciate you guys having me, man. It was a lot, man, on my plate, man. I felt like, man, people were misunderstanding, man.
Yeah.
I hope that we get around to talking about that St. Louis Pro-Am, man. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's a
Please,
real.
feel free. Go ahead.
Hey, man, it's a couple league. Well, actually 3 leagues, man. I want to plug right quick. We're going into the playoffs in the St. Vincent League. It's a rec league, but I mean, it's a lot of talent in that league. It's on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Great place to play basketball. You got a lot of pros coming home, a lot of guys from college coming home. Need a place to play. That's one of the stops during the week.
So is this something similar to like the Drew League stuff?
That's the Pro-Am.
Okay.
Actually, it's Pat McCall's league, but
Okay.
So you got the St. Vincent League. That's a league that's pretty good. And then you go to South City Classic, which is ran by JJ. He's doing his thing on the South Side. I mean, very affordable leagues. And that's on like Saturdays and Mondays. That's a pretty good league. But on the weekend, the top league around here is the Pat McCall's Pro-Am League. And I mean, it features some of you name it. If they put in work around the city, you liable to find them still getting buckets. He like, what happened to such and such? He overseas, but he back home for the summer. And I think that's a great thing that they doing with that. I have my own team in there. It's called Team Big Game. We finished last weekend 1-1, but it's some great teams. You got the Stars, you got Ball So Hard, you got FTC, you got 200 Proof, you got Wellston, then you got a team. Pat McCall's team is going to be, even though they're 0-2, they're going to be good once Ben McLemore and Pat comes on next week. So if you ain't got them, you want to bump into them early before them guys get back, because Pat is playing. Actually, he's playing for the championship, which is a great thing. Then you got Team Push.
Isn't McCall playing for the Raptors now?
Yeah, he's playing with the
Yeah,
Raptors. So
okay.
he has a team in the Pro-Am, and they trying to carry it to. They're gonna take it. I hope I see him before he gets back, because hey, you don't want to see Pat for real. He's actually better than it shows in the league. Another team in there, pretty good. You got True Talent. They're a young team. They got a couple guys from ST.LOUIS. I mean, it's a lot of talent in that league, man. It's a lot of talent, man. So if on the weekends you need something to do, something inexpensive, I think it may be it might be free. It's either free or $1. It's one of the two. Don't quote me on that. It's either free or $1.
Okay.
And it's either at on Saturdays it's at Webster University. On Sundays it's at Fontbonne. But I'm talking about high level. I'm talking about it's serious, man. So the best of the best out of St. Louis, Missouri, East St. Louis, Illinois, the whole Illinois.
Do they have a website or something that we can go to visit?
I actually shared it. It's in the group. I shared our interview. I shared it in the page, the St. Louis Pro-Am page. So I seen when I logged in, it was a couple guys tuned in.
Cool.
So I mean, I'm talking about last year. Jason Tatum came down and played, man, and it was real. I mean, it was really a real treat for the city, man. Brad Builders came down in the past, man. I'm mad a team called Wild I didn't get in the league this year, man. That's a team that's always. I'm talking about always at the top. They bring something. Brandon Gilmore, he's a coach at Hazelwood Central. He always finds a way to get those pros to come back and play. I don't know how he does it, but he does.
We're working on getting John Albert on the show.
John Albert, I work with John.
Yeah.
We work at the same school. We had a conversation. Today, actually, I gave him some free chicken. We barbecued at work today for the last day for the kids. So, and that's my guy. We actually played. I played for his dad. I played baseball.
I did too.
T-ball for
I
his
did
dad.
too. I played baseball for his dad. I think it was like the summer of my maybe freshman year in high school. So like around '98. I played.
My first team, my first baseball team was with Mr. Albert. I mean, one of the greatest guys that I met. Boy, I used to cry when my mom used to drop me off at practice. I don't want to play. Snotty nose and all, and then I actually started getting good. And then, baseball is actually my first sport. And that's what
I certainly played as well.
Yeah, so baseball. Yeah, I used to throw that thing real hard.
Oh yeah, hey,
that was my primary sport. I ain't playing anything else.
Hey, all I know is me, John Albert, my boy Lee Sesson. But we had a squad, man. We had that squad back in the day. I think we played all our games at Matthew Dickey.
Was you able to
the
play
home games?
I'm trying to think. Did you ever play with that kid Larry Clark?
Yep.
Little bitty guy, man. That boy used to throw that ball so high. I used to be
Yes.
like, God dang it.
Are you talking about the cousin of Jimmy McKinney?
The cousin of Jimmy McKinney.
Yes.
He threw that ball pretty hard.
Yes.
I always talk about him.
He
to
was
this
all-
day
he was
because-
all-
Jimmy McKinney himself,
Incredible talent, man.
I played against him. He was pitching. And I didn't fare well.
Yeah, him and Larry. Larry was our ace. He was our
Man,
ace on our team.
Listen, Larry Clark, I used to call him Pedro Martinez,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Because I
Nasty.
couldn't believe that a guy that small could
Yes.
throw a ball that hard. It was him, a guy named Jamar Beck. I'm talking about they would throw that ball. I mean, I thought I had some heat.
Yeah, we actually I think the last year or last 2 years of my school years, we won the title. But then both years we lost when we went to Cardinal Ritter. Rittner. We couldn't beat them for nothing. But
Man, John Apple was a heck of a catcher back in his day, man.
yeah.
Yeah, he was a heck of a catcher.
John, that's what we used to call him back in high school.
We still call him John.
Okay.
He ain't never getting away from him. John,
He was
John.
I'm trying. I think he was our goalie a couple of times doing soccer. We played soccer.
He said
as well.
that.
Yeah.
He said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
So,
I thought he was just blowing smoke.
Great. Matter of fact, we I think we were one of the top teams. No one knew about Vashon soccer until we played.
Hey, listen, I don't care what
No
you
one
say.
knew about it.
Ain't no Vashon.
I didn't know you play soccer, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. No Vashon soccer team is ever beating the Sodan
No.
soccer team. Won't happen.
No.
It's like
We
playing against
got
a
crushed.
professional. It's like playing against a professional soccer team.
Matter of fact, I think we played y'all school doing districts. We played at CBC, the old CBC off of what's that street called right there? Hanley. No, not Hanley. Oh God.
I don't know.
Tip of the tongue.
I don't really go out that far. It's part of my jurisdiction.
No, it's by where the Esquire is. What street is that? Where the Esquire is?
Oh,
Is that Clayton Road?
yeah.
Clayton
Road.
Yeah, CBC used to be there, and so they had districts right there. And so then we almost beat them, but yeah, they were so talented, man.
Man, the girls soccer team, boys soccer team was like playing.
I mean,
against
they had like
an
all different.
international-
Yeah, they had like every different race. They
Come
had
get
it there.
you some.
Yeah. Well, matter of fact, I don't think they had any brothers, but they had all the.
They had some Africans though. I mean, they brothers.
Okay, well, they had them.
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
all I recall was the Slovakians, the whatever. They had them. They were there,
So
and they
was
were doing
probably
the damn thing.
The only team in the PHL making cuts in soccer.
But I guess that's why they were called So They International, right?
Yeah, so that international.
Yeah.
Say it
So,
with your
hey.
chest out.
But now you're saying, so what?
So long.
Yeah, man. And we've had over the last year a lady join us on the show. Name is Annie Greer. She plays in a women's professional football team.
Yes.
St. Louis Slam.
Okay.
They 2-time champs. They're currently undefeated right now.
They blowing out everybody. man.
Blowing out. Hey,
Listen.
if you want to see some women, not no lingerie stuff.
Nah, this is real
No,
football. They hitting.
This
man.
is blood everywhere.
They hitting. They
Knuckles.
playing football.
They may have nails, but it may not last for long.
Oh,
but
man.
they gets it in. They
No,
hit.
you would get nailed on that football
Right,
field.
yeah.
Hey, listen, I
Yeah.
worked with Christina Hampton. She was like a running back. She was a fullback for them. This might have been 10 years ago. Colors orange and black, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she used to kill people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I knew what she did because we worked in a hands-on facility, and she would kill the kids.
Yeah, so
One of the
shouts
greatest.
out to the St. Louis Slam, undefeated right now. I believe they play again.
I gotta
this
finally catch
upcoming
a
Saturday.
game.
Yeah, we have to before
They
the
play.
season
They play
ends.
this every time,
Same
man.
there, yeah.
Golly. I gotta, man.
Then also speaking of the women, St. Louis Surge, they're professional, semi-professional team.
Tony Condre was coaching them to a lot of championships before he
Yeah.
went to Cardinal Ritter.
Yeah, so we're trying to actually get the person who runs that organization to be on the show too, man. So, hey, we trying to build up a lot of people for our show in the upcoming weeks. For all those watching, thank you for watching the show. Let everyone know right now to just head to YouTube, share this video with your peoples right now. Head to YouTube, put in the platform Sports Talk Show, click subscribe, and then click on that bell because anytime we go live,
You'll be notified.
now, this has been a great show already. So there may be certain topics that we may not discuss real long, but this show has been great.
Zoom bound.
Let's go ahead and get to the round table. The round table is just a variety of any sports topic that's on your mind outside of what we're talking about, what we're going to discuss in regards to our regular topics. So right now, speaking of which, the Boston Bruins are currently up 2-1.
Dang it.
Oh, man.
And the first period, we got plenty of time, but Boston is a team. They are pretty much mirror images of the Blues.
They're bullies, man.
Yeah. Like this team, they are very well coached. You cannot slip up like we did in game 1. You have to come in and play a clean game. You cannot have no Pascal Burris shooting yourself in the foot, incidents in which you cause a penalty because they are excellent with the power play. You have to play a straight up game. They have a lot of scrappy guys, kind of like the Red Sox, or the Patriots. A lot of scrappy players on that team, but they can ball.
Yeah.
So, Blues, good luck to you. How do you feel about the Blues going to the Stanley Cup for the first time in almost 50 years?
Oh, man, it's great. It's great for the city, man. Great revenue, man. I thought about going to Uber or something, man. No, I need some of that money. That's how
For the next week or so,
that's the opportunity.
Downtown
entrepreneur mindset.
All I seen was dollars. I'm like, man, there's a lot of money coming to the city, man.
Exactly.
I need some of that. So, but now I'm a late 10. They can have that money, man. They too wild for me down there. So.
I work down there. Yeah. I work like right next door to the place, man, and it's wild. Trying to get out the parking garage. It's just crazy.
Yeah. So some more news, man. A legend from the Packers, Bart Starr, passed away last week.
Man.
A few days ago, should I say. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible quarterback for the Packers. Led the way. Him. Then you had Brett Favre. Then you got Aaron Rodgers. So to his family.
They keep one.
Yeah. So to the family of Bart Starr, our condolences, but definitely a legend in the game. Boston Red Sox, he was known for not a great moment in his career. Bill Buckner, remember him?
Yeah.
That play in the World Series against the Mets. I think it was Mookie Wilson. I want to say he hit the ball down the first baseline.
Yeah, went
right between the wickets.
Yeah.
Right through the 5-hole.
Right through the 5-hole.
And the Red Sox lost.
Beat him up, ball.
Red Sox lost the World Series. Everybody was like, oh, man,
the curse.
He couldn't go in the city of Boston. Like, he was banned.
The guy from the Cubs.
Right. But he passed away recently as well.
Really?
Yeah. He passed away a couple days ago.
Wow, he wasn't that old.
Yeah, so our condolences to him and
I don't know any of this, because
Yeah, so
I'm on my hiatus of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm focused.
I'm gonna say let everybody know real quick what's going on with you.
Real quick, if you have a house to sell, I'm buying. Any shape, any. It don't matter if it's run down or nice. Just call on me. When you don't have enough money at the moment to get it fixed up and put it on the market, I buy it off market. So, sell me your house.
I just read something on that came across the screen. PHL coaches wanted, assistant football coaches, various locations. A head varsity job is open at Gateway. Cheerleading coaches needed at Collegiate and Gateway. Cross country needed at Sodan. Volleyball JV and varsity needed at Sodan. But again, so what? But no, I'm just saying. No, but they need those coaching spots, man. Those kids need all the great leaders that we can find, man.
Right.
Help lead our kids to a brighter future. But I just read that, and I actually read it off of the Mo Better Sports page, and they were had those positions open.
Yeah, definitely tell John after next time y'all meet up, tell him, hey, you got to go ahead and be on the platform Sports Talk Show when you get a chance.
I'll text him tonight.
So speaking of basketball, still high school basketball, you probably heard this. This could happen to one of your future kids. 5-star senior guard R.J. Hampton, talented player, man. He decided to bypass going to any D1 school. Once again, 5-star. To go to New Zealand and play basketball for 1 year. So they're skipping college and going to New Zealand to play overseas.
That's what you'll see.
Can I speak on it?
Yes. Thoughts on that?
Go get your money. If you ain't it, let's keep it real.
Keep it real, man.
College is making a killing off these kids.
Yes.
They are.
And giving nothing back. If you're not going to stay for 4 years, what's the point of going?
Hey.
Go get your check.
Hey. Now, I said this. I said now the league is talking about actually starting to pay players. They're working on that. Then also Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA, he says maybe within the next couple of years that the option to go pro from high school is gonna be back open again. But I was saying until that comes, there should be an option because I mean, if you want to go to the pros, it's a big adult decision to make. I feel like they should have the option of A, go pro, or B, go to college. But I feel like if you choose college, let me know if I'm wrong. If you choose college, you have to be there at least 2 years. Thoughts on that?
Okay. 17-year-old kid walks into Walmart, shoots somebody. Where you going?
Right to jail.
Big boy jail.
He ain't going to juvenile. That's his choice.
Mm-hmm.
You can do anything. You can go to the military at 18. You can
I
do all
did.
these
I went in at 17.
You can go all these various places, but except you can't go to the NBA. You can't go to the NFL because it's some that they have to have locked in with these colleges where they making money off you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said it before, and people hate me for saying it. Oh, well, they got to have an avenue. They give them $50,000. Well, yeah, I give you $50,000 if I can make $15, $20 million off you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, take a kid like Zion Williams. You knew he wasn't staying less than 1 year. Why do you even have to go?
That's like
so they can make some money off you.
That's
Like it's a slave ship.
I saw that documentary with Ben Simmons a few years ago on Showtime or something like that. And even on his documentary, he was like, I'm not going to be here no longer than, 4 or 5 months. So why should I even go to class? You know what I'm saying?
After that first semester?
Yeah.
I'm not going to class.
And that's exactly what
I'm
happened.
a lottery pick.
After the first semester or second, whatever it was, he left school because the season was over with. They didn't even go to the March Madness. He left.
Let me tell you something. I'm not an athlete, but I went to college for a long time. I got 2 degrees. I got a bachelor's and a master's degree. If I had an opportunity, if I would have known about the world of real estate in say my freshman year,
You would have been chosen.
I would have been chose real estate and made some money. You know, because it's just the mentality of that mindset of being an entrepreneur, and it's that rich dad poor dad kind of deal. If you haven't read that book, read that book. It'll change your life. But that's not sports. But all that to say, look, these players are many entrepreneurs. They're looking out for themselves, the betterment of themselves, their career going forward. It's all a numbers game.
Well, you just said something, man. They teach you how to work, but they don't teach you how to own.
They teach you how to be employees, great employees, but they don't teach you how to be
the employer. Okay, well,
employer.
Well, that's why we make a lot of sense here today.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so NBA, to go ahead and do the smart thing. If these kids who want to go ahead and leave high school right away, let them do it because we all knew this even way back in the day. Colleges, it's all about branding. NCAA, it's all about branding. Once you get Zion to have your school jersey on, that's it. Like the biggest
Instant sellout,
dude. The biggest thing with Let's Talk Idiot of the Week was that day, that night when Zion was about to face North Carolina at Duke. Man paid like $2,000 something, $5,000 for a ticket, and Zion only played for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
but Duke don't care. They
Duke
just
don't
secured the
care.
money.
And Zion ain't getting a dime from that.
And they'll suspend them indefinitely. Let them take $200 from somebody.
Right.
Shoot,
And
$1.
And they just
$1.
fill the arena up, man. Come
Gone.
on, man.
Right.
You know it's a slave ship, man.
Let's see. T-Bone said I think it's a two-way street with college. The players gain a lot from marketing, from being featured on TV, and their ability
Man,
to
the
showcase
social media,
themselves
man.
on national TV.
Man, Zion was Zion before he ever
Yes.
stepped foot on Duke. I walked
Yeah.
in the gym. We played in a Washington tournament. He was a sophomore, and he was hanging from the Raptors in front of a packed crowd in high school. Man, the guy with social media, YouTube, and
Yeah,
he didn't
TV ain't what it used to
He
be.
didn't need Duke to be Zion. He
Right.
was Zion when he got there.
He already had 1 million followers before he even. Matter of fact, LeBron James' son, Bronny, he just started an Instagram account 2 days ago, and already in one day he has over 1 million followers.
That's crazy.
So much for TV, right?
All because of who his dad is. But also, he's talented.
Yeah, he can play.
He's talented. So, but like you said, he don't need college to to get the word out.
So what's the plan with LaMelo Ball?
Well, they always said that he's going overseas. He has to do that for at least 1 year. And then he's out before.
The NBA?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Even though he's been overseas 1 year already?
yeah, but he couldn't go to college because he already broke that rule. He already played professional.
But they let him play in high school. Come on, man.
A certain specific high school league. Because other high schools, if you try to go to the V or to Roosevelt, he couldn't have done it. But
I don't know.
but
We might have applied for a name change.
hey, do a waiver.
John Doe.
Right.
But yeah, he played for Spire Academy. They had some different kind of like high school rules. Going back to a high school real quick as well. Should all high schools, and I agree they should all high schools in basketball have a shot clock?
I think in the last 5 minutes. Because, man, that costs a lot, man. And then you got to hire another table person. I say, yeah, we should have a shot clock. A shot clock. Because you got a lot of star ball going on.
You do.
But you know them numbers, a lot of people going to get blew out when you can't hold that ball, boy.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
T-Bone says, you're taking the exception. What about those kids that are not first round? How do they showcase themselves to the NBA? There's way more high schools to colleges, meaning college is a filter for them.
Well, that means not everybody has that kind of talent to just go straight to the NBA.
That's why I
So
said,
they have to stay.
That's
It's
why
an
I
adult
said
decision.
You had that adult option.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, A, pros, B, college.
For at least 2 years.
At least like I said, it gives you and that team that you want and that school time to come together, because a lot of magic can happen when you stay more than just 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Has Duke won a championship over the last 6 years with all these one and done players? No. Mm-mm. But you see the teams like
Kentucky,
they haven't won either. But you see teams like Virginia who just won because you had seniors leading your team. Villanova, you had seniors leading that team. When you have it, you can have that 5 or 6 guy 5-star recruits on your team. It doesn't mean you're going to win automatically in regards to the championship, because you don't have that experience of going to March Madness. You don't have the experience of playing every other day.
ask Draymond Green how that plays out. He played 4 years in college.
Draymond is a dog, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that right
4
now.
years in college.
Dog.
Yeah, but there's something to being at a school for just 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Now, like we already know, you're forced to do it because it's the rule.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm.
If these kids couldn't play basketball and decide to go work at Burger World for the rest of their life, would anybody even care?
No, because it's Burger World, not
So-
a
But you can
$500 million entity.
You can go work at Burger World, but I can't go apply. I ain't say I was going to guarantee get the job in the NBA. I want to go apply. I can't apply. That seems like it's an equal opportunity situation where I don't have the option to even try to apply for this job. You telling me I gotta do this, I gotta do that. That's a dictatorship. and that's just a slave mindset.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, cause I was watching that LeBron James the last one that they had, the shop.
The shop, yeah.
And
I just saw that.
Don Cheadle brought up something about Zion Williamson, and I know this has been like an old age thing that's been going on.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw
right.
that episode before I.
But what I pretty much got from him is, and I thought about it, I had to sit back like, man, wait a minute. That's a slave mentality. But media, businessmen, like the NFL, you got so many white owners. They love to see the black man shine because it looks good for them.
And it makes them money.
But then, check this out. It's also a big story when you see the black man fail. Look at what LeBron is going through right now because he failed for the first time in 10 years and going to the finals.
Look at every athlete for the past 20 years.
They went and you know
It's not just LeBron.
but I just wanted to use that example.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's other black athletes, or I mean black people in general, even with social media. Look at how they were doing Justice Smollett. I mean, they clowned him.
Tiger Woods.
As soon as someone,
Tiger Woods is a perfect example.
right? You know,
Up, down, and then
as
up
soon
again.
as they strike gold, it's oh my god, yeah, da 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 da. But then you hear he did something wrong that he wasn't even. They say he didn't even do it. You seeing memes here, going off on him doing this, calling him this. You know, we want to say we support each other, but then once someone goes down, we dog them out like they ain't nothing.
Man, I mean, we still looking at light skin and dark skin, bro. We confused. That ain't even that's not even a race. We got a race within a race.
Right.
All the light skinned people, the dark skin. Man, I can't even go there because y'all probably kick me off the show.
hey, sometimes you gotta talk about it because
Sometimes you gotta
it's
talk
life, and you know it happens.
we
it
talked
happens in
about
sports,
Cap on this show,
it happens
too.
in life,
We
right?
talk about
we
everything.
don't shy away from it. But hey, this is something about like a slave mentality. These owners love seeing the Zions. Hey, go out here, do your masters,
let Zion
do your thing.
Turn that ACL.
Oh, it's a wrap.
God forbid.
Hey, I mean,
They'll do it, and they'll
Bust. It's a bust.
No. They're gonna make some money off of him. They're gonna do a story just like they did on Lenny Cook. Remember Lenny Cook?
yeah.
They'll do a story.
No, you talking about a bias?
No, Lenny
Oh,
Cook.
no, you're right.
The
You're
guy
right. My bad.
who was ranked ahead of LeBron with their class.
I saw that. I saw
I
that.
didn't see
They
that.
I
made
saw
money
that.
off of it.
Sure did.
And Lenny Cook is working at Burger World. So
Dude
You know,
was just
dude
as
was a
exciting
monster.
as LeBron. But yeah, like look at the reaction that people had when Zion was on the ground holding his foot. You knew Duke was sick,
man, the memes were.
and here's a what if. What if he said, you know what, I'm done? At that time, what if he said, I'm done, I ain't coming back?
Well, once Zion accepted that bag, because you know he got a bag to go to.
Right.
Yeah.
So they still handing out the bag. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
But yeah, man,
I
great.
haven't caught them yet.
Yeah, but great conversation, man. And this is just the run the round table.
Man, we got another hour, man. We didn't.
Oh man.
You know,
Hey.
I gotta get out of here. With another hour, man.
Hey, I got you, man. So real quick,
Let's skip some of this stuff. Let's go to the NBA. We got.
Hold on. There's word of a possible lockout with the NFLPA. So let me go ahead.
Hey,
Yes.
we were just talking about one for baseball.
So the NFLPA Association, National Football Players
Association.
Association, they are sending letters out to players or email, whatever it is, to tell players to save their money for a potential lockout in 2021.
Oh yeah, because that's the when the collective bargaining agreement ends. Just like the same year in baseball, we could have two sports locked out at the same time.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So let's see what happens with that, because you know a lot of players wasn't happy.
2021 is gonna be D-Day for these leagues.
Listen, bro. They're gonna get a deal done. They don't want to.
better.
They can't afford to not get that
Slave
done.
owners do not want that money to slip through their fingers. They ain't crazy. They'll get a deal done. and hopefully it'll be more favorable towards the athlete.
Yeah.
All right. The NBA, Adam Silver, he is looking into possibly canceling the NBA All-Star game and implementing, like they have in soccer, a postseason play-in tournament to take over the All-Star game. So let me go ahead and explain this. In an effort to spice up the NBA season, Commissioner Adam Silver is studying fairly intensely the possibility of making some significant format changes to the league. According to Mark Stein of the New York Times, the NBA could add a tournament before the postseason, either as a mid-season championship or a play-in competition for the playoffs. The league could follow in the path of European soccer, which awards multiple trophies each season for different competitions. So,
wouldn't that take away from the NBA playoffs?
I don't know. But see,
why not have it after the playoffs?
Well, the thing is that we all know that the NBA All-Star game isn't what it used to be.
It stinks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the festivities around the game.
That's
bigger
fine.
than the actual game.
That's the money for that. Again, they're not giving up All-Star Weekend money, man. That the people are paying an arm and a leg to come hang out in a city. Man, you can have that mug in Portland, and it's gonna sell out and do numbers. And people are gonna travel from all over the world.
But you know what? I would travel all over the world just to see the activity around the game. I don't care about the game.
I missed the
I
All-Star
just
game
want to
this
see
year.
the slam dunk
but
contest and all that other
I
stuff.
had it on my mind to go. But I tell you what, if the NBA really wanted to spice up some competition, you would have how many teams in the NBA? 32?
Yeah.
1 seed versus 32.
I agree.
All the way down, because you know how March Madness is. Some upsets.
I agree with that.
That's who you going. That's when you find out who's gonna really play night in, night out. Dog versus dog, dog eat dog, and then in the championship, when you get to the last two, they're making a 2 out of 3 series instead of these long series. Because the NBA is the only place where you're allowed to lose multiple times. In the NFL, you lose once on Saturday. Guess what? Bye bye, Miss American Pie. Just like that.
Yeah.
But in
you only
the
play so
NBA,
many games.
you can lose 4 times and still be competitive. And if every team play the smaller market teams,
They have a
money.
shot. They have a shot.
Have a shot. Yep. So if you say, hey, the 1 seed at home, the 32 seed on the road, 2 at home, 31, all the way down.
All the way down.
2 versus, and then when you get to championship, 2 out of 3. You're not losing 4 games and still stay around.
So I'm gonna be devil's advocate.
One and done.
Because I love the idea. I think I brought it up on the show. Like we said, just the top team versus whatever
Every team makes it.
overall. So I'm gonna be devil's advocate. Well, what about having divisions? What's the point of having the East Coast versus the West
Why
Coast?
have divisions?
Why have divisions?
Right.
Oh, you can have a division, but check this out. Do you think like a guy like Kemba Walker could get hot on a night and drop 50 on a team like the Golden State Warriors and they win at the buzzer? What would that do to it would be so hard to win back-to-back championships if you could only lose once.
Yep.
You have a different champion almost every year, guaranteed.
Because every dog has his day.
You're gonna either bring your best or you're out of there. And that would make the NBA, because you got guys who take nights off in the playoffs in the NBA when they know they up 3-1. They know they not playing against a lot less competition. But if you got, say, I'm going to lose once and it's over, they play so hard. Man, them games would be the defensive intensity would be so crazy. You would have to really, really bring it to get a chip.
T-Bone was referring to the playoff, after the thing. They said they should do like something like a 3-on-3 tournament.
Oh, you mentioned earlier about all the local pro-am teams and stuff like that. What's your thoughts on the Big Three?
I like the Big Three.
I love it.
I like the Big Three because, a guy like myself who can't get up and down, I still can play a little bit. I can still get doing a 5-on-5.
Playing full court.
Full court. Like in a league that I play in now, I'm like a serviceable big man, Bill Winnington. That Sam Perkins step out,
Bill
shoot the 3.
I forgot.
Oh my God,
Perkins.
I just want to step out and shoot the 3, set a couple screens, hard fouls. But in a half court set, I turned into an All-American.
Right.
So I mean, I ain't got to do too
You don't have
much.
to run up and down the court.
Yeah, hey, I'm loving what they are doing with the big three. They continue to add more teams now, more players. They just got one of the best pro-am legends in the game. What's his name? Franklin Session.
Oh yeah.
He just got on to one of the. It's. I have a feeling they're gonna come to St. Louis. We're gonna have a team. I feel in the next 2 years we're gonna have a team here.
Well, all the games are played in the same location, right?
No, each week is in different cities.
Oh well, that's
Yeah, but now that they added more teams, you're gonna have like maybe 4 to 6 teams in one city that play like on Saturday. Then you have the other teams play.
I might have to get online and purchase me a ticket, man. 'Cause,
Yeah,
I
do
mean,
that, man.
Cube is doing some
He is.
pretty smart thing. That was a
Yeah, man.
that
Not
was
only that, trying to buy him and then some other
LL Cool J.
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Trying to get in. They were trying to get in on a TV, some of the sports TV
well,
deals.
every
But
time
they
that
got cut out.
Every time that happens, we lose a African American. So yeah, you better watch it, man. With that. Hey.
Rest in peace, Nipsey.
Oh my God.
So let's go ahead and change it up real quick. Bird talk. So positive, negatives of the Cardinals season. I'm gonna tell you right now, the only positive is that we still have a team here at St. Louis.
What are they? One game over 500?
They are one game under 500, and right now I believe they are still going through a rain.
Shoot, they tied for last place, yo.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
Man, when they got Goldsmith, I thought they were gonna do something. I like what's our center fielder name?
Fowler.
He ain't doing it.
Man, that pitch-
Well, see, he was doing good a few weeks ago.
What I tell you about the streak? What I'm about to tell you is about the streak.
They
He a
are,
streaky
they
player,
are
ain't he?
so in. Let's get down to the negative. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. A couple years ago, remember when we had a decent season? This when we had Kobe Rasmus, Alan Craig, so and so and so and so. Remember when Mozeliak made that big trade so we could acquire John Lackey?
Yeah.
He brought in some. He wasn't about all this happy-go-lucky, let's go out to dinner kind of thing. He got in your face. Doesn't matter who you were. We have a happy-go-lucky team right now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that dog. And
Had one, but let him go.
what's your thoughts on that? Like, do you
I'm talking about Tommy Pham.
right that too, or him too? With your squad, do you make sure that you have that dog? Like, he ain't got to be the best player on the team, but you know that every day in, every day out, you got that dog. They're gonna say, fellas, put your pride to the side, get off your high
hard
horse.
hat on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then go out there and work.
Right.
Go out there and work.
I've always been blessed to have a straight dog.
You have to.
And you know what? I always cater to that dog over that old Hollywood type of play.
Mm-hmm.
Give me that guy who's gonna get the extra rebound, who's gonna harass their best player. Give me that guy who get the extra second chance, who gonna rebound, do the small things, man. Give me that guy with the intangibles, man, over those Hollywood, man.
Everybody needs a Dennis Rodman.
I built my pro-am team to stay away from Hollywood people. So I got a lot of Illinois guys. I got a lot of guys have nobody heard of. They still high major, mid-major guys. They playing overseas, still getting a check. But at the same time, they walk in the gym. They don't have a briefcase with them and somebody holding a handkerchief doing them like this. I want a guy that's like Draymond.
Hey,
give me 5 Draymond.
I would say this. I would take a team of Kawhis over a team of KDs.
Ooh,
Any day. Try me.
oh man.
Any day.
Ah man, give me a
Team of Kawhis. I would take a team
Kawhi,
of Kawhis
Ka-
over a team of KDs.
So you telling me you'll take Kawhi over KD?
Yes. All around player. He has
Give me a
hole in his
locked
game.
in. Give me a locked in KD.
But that's on offense.
No. KD can defend.
But he's not better than Kawhi.
he's not a better defender, but that he can guard multiple positions. I've seen him on point. Seen Kawhi get on the floor.
You ain't seen him stop Giannis this past series.
Man, Giannis is really a 3. Come on,
come on now.
And I just think
hindsight is 2020.
I think Kawhi is better than Giannis right now.
I agree.
But if the Greek freak get a jumper,
oh yes, it's a wrap.
I don't want to hear nothing about KD. I don't want to hear nothing about LeBron. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody. That boy is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's the coach of Nick Nurse?
Mm-hmm.
He just had the ultimate plan to shut down. Because if you cut off the head, you killed them. And that's exactly what they did.
And we'll talk about this very soon with the playoffs. So I don't want to bring everything out, but going back to baseball real quick.
How do we even get there that quick?
hey, it's sports, man. That's the good thing about sports. So many things can relate.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to talk about the Raiders of the 70s. Talking about the dog, talking about teams. I'll take that team with anybody.
Man, give me the Detroit Pistons with Rip Hamilton.
Man,
that
squad.
Those guys, man. And and for the record, I am a diehard Bulls fan. I haven't switched up.
Same as the stand.
I'm gonna stay.
You don't stand the best friends on that one.
Yeah.
The bad boy Pistons. Woo, man, I hated them.
So going back to the Cardinals real quick. So outside of them not being consistent, it's time for the organization, front office, coaching, to start reevaluating players. It's time to start saying, you know what? Like for instance, Colton Wong. I love the guy as a defender, but he has not done anything consistently on the offensive end at all. You cannot continue to have so many guys who are great with the glove, but can't produce anything on the offensive end. Now, it would be different if Goldschmidt, Ozuna, Fowler, DeYoung, Martinez were doing their thing. Then you can kind of hide in the back and not bat, 300 or whatever, and that's fine. With Bader and you talking about T-Bone.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that in a second. But Colton Wong, as great of a defender he is, he still hasn't shown that he can consistently be an offensive threat. He'll have his, like you say, his streaks. He'll hit a home run in one game, but then go 0 for 20 the next 3 games. He has not shown that he can be consistently a steady player. It's time for coaching, for the management to reevaluate Adam Wainwright. Why is he on the team still?
He's retired, man.
Why is it? You know what I'm saying?
He's retired, man.
We keep on signing these guys or re-signing these guys based off of who they are or who they were, and not on what's best for the team. All these sentimental picks or choices that we're doing, not baseball moves. You're starting to make, I hate to say this, but you're starting to make Matheny look good.
Ooh, man.
And that's a problem.
Ooh, boy.
This man here, he cannot stand Matheny.
Man. I had a whole, we kicked off this show.
He's in a Kansas City Royals
as a visor.
Yeah.
But eventually he'll take over that team.
He's going to get that job.
Yeah.
He's just basically waiting just for a couple more losses.
Yeah.
And he'll be down on the field before you know it.
Yeah.
So
it's all right. He's in Kansas City.
So Mike Schilt, he's been saying a lot of things to the media, like all this, happy-go-lucky, positive. We're getting close. It's time to reevaluate some things.
Last time we had a.
Hey, well, we did bring in Paul Goldschmidt. He
superstar
in the game.
He ain't a superstar.
I know. I mean, he in regards.
He's good, but he ain't Mike Trout.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mike Trout.
It's hard. He ain't Bryce.
Is Bryce as good as advertised?
And now, as of right now, he's not his typical Bryce Harper self, but you will still put all your chips in him because you know what he can bring, and he has that superstar like quality. I just feel like certain guys.
Not since we let Albert Pujols go.
Pootie Tang.
But I just feel like
I
just feel like certain guys would thrive in certain situations. Bryce Harper, if he would have been a Cardinal,
he'd have been worse up here.
That's what I'm saying. And the Cardinals didn't even try.
They
didn't even put an offer out.
I thought he wanted to be here.
He wanted to be on a team that wanted him for 13 years.
Man.
And the Cardinals.
Well, we all see what happened with Pujols. He ain't been the same since he left St. Louis.
Exactly. You know, it's like people be like, on
Yeah,
time.
they can't keep Pujols.
On
You
time,
know
they
they ain't gonna get no Bryce Harper.
Only time they mention Pujols is if he has a big historical feat that's about to happen. Other than that, he's a forgotten man because you got Mike Trout.
But he got a whole lot of money.
Sure does. And that's why he left.
You know, T-Bone said, Sadar, I thought you said things would change when. Never mind. Yeah, I said I thought things would change right about now. That we would just go on this streak of winning, and all the way up until the end of summer. But yeah, it looks like I was wrong, man.
Yeah, like I said,
And it looks like I was totally wrong. I thought they would be better than this.
Cardinals had one that had the best record in April in Cardinal history or close to it. To follow up and had one of the worst Mays ever in Cardinal history. Go figure.
What? That's the nature of the Cardinals. They're up and they down.
And so, like I said, a lot of things had to be reevaluated.
When we were on that run back in the 2000s, it was just nothing but winning.
Yep.
There was no streaky thing. We was not streaky.
Yeah. All right, man.
Consistency, man.
NBA Finals. Basketball talk again, man. So, we know we have to start tomorrow night. Toronto. Goes down tomorrow night on ESPN. This should be an interesting series. A lot of people don't get a chance in hell that Toronto can make. How do you feel about that?
Man, Toronto has a shot, man. Is it a good shot? It ain't a good shot, but they got a shot. Especially without KD and Cousins, man. I think they have a legit shot to compete. As you said you taking Kawhi. Because I look at the matchups. I think if Kawhi goes Klay Thompson, which is going to happen.
Unless Curry gets hot, then Nick Nurse is going to say, Kawhi, you guard Curry.
Oh, man.
Gotta shut him down.
I'll give you a prediction. I think it should go 6 games, and I'm gonna say
That's a lot of games, man.
it's going 6 games. I think Golden State's gonna win in 6. I want Toronto to win though. We got the hometown.
We
kid.
all want Toronto to win, man.
We got
it's the underdog.
We got the hometown kid on the team. Pat McCaw's been to the NBA Finals 3 straight years.
Right.
It's 3 years in the league, so we got to root for that guy.
I always root for the underdog.
So
I don't have a
why do you
team.
think he's not playing with Toronto?
Why he's not playing? I mean, man, you know he just lost his brother, so he's been in and out. Yeah. Deepest condolences for that. So then you got, man, they going heavy over there, man. So I mean, man, it's hard to speculate on why he's not playing over there right now. I don't want to speculate. I'm in a Pat McCall Pro League. I'm not gonna do that. It's not gonna happen.
That stuff you were talking about on the internet.
Hey man, I ain't trying to have the whole city of Wellston the whole city of Wellston. They ride behind Wellston. They ride behind Wellston. So
You get the high voice.
Wait. Now you said on the pre-show, ask you anything, I'm gonna go ahead and let it out.
Go ahead and ask. I'll answer the question. I'll let you ask.
You good, man? You good?
All right.
So yeah, going back, I'm gonna save my prediction for a different segment. Do you in here?
No. They have a chance.
You know, this is from a guy that hadn't watched not nan game.
But just off of your thought.
Off of what I've seen and highlights and stuff with Curry just putting them down.
Man, they got a shot, bro. I mean, a shot. They got a shot.
I hope you're right. Toronto win. But
people, please feel free. Comment throughout the show. Give us your thoughts.
The depth of Toronto. So, I mean,
they do have enough.
They have enough.
And
they match up, so it's not going to be a
yes,
cakewalk.
it's all about the matchup. And I think I said this last week. The worst thing
And
that
of course,
happened,
they're down KD.
right? And which I'm gonna bring that up in a different segment. But it's all about matchups. The worst thing that happened to Portland was beating Denver, because Portland could not match up with Golden State at all. I feel like Denver could. Cause think about these last few championships that Golden State has won. Have they really faced a center that can actually ball?
That's where I'm going at. When I talk about X factors, when we
Yes.
talk about X factors, let's talk about Marcus Gasol,
Yes.
a seasoned veteran, followed up with Ibaka, who had one of his best seasons in his career. You know, Ibaka could have been an all-star easy. So I think they match up. Will they win? I honestly don't think so, just because of the chemistry. But I'm not counting them out. Just flat out, just gonna count them out. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And to everyone who's watching on Big Games Facebook Live or Instagram, check them out also on YouTube. Put in
Check
the
out-
platform Sports Talk Show right now on
I
YouTube.
got that going too. I got both of them going.
Yeah, let them know what's going on,
Platform.
so we can get them comments in on YouTube as well, y'all as well. But once again, Golden State, what they had the last couple of years, Tristan Thompson. Oh, he's not a center.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a bad example, man. That team was terrible. You can't.
But
That's all
you
that
know what he said when the season started? He said, "Until they beat us, we still the defending champion." Hey,
Idiot.
my cousin said Golden State. I said, "Oh man, there you go."
Yeah, so like I said, it's Golden State. You of course we're gonna say is the better team. I mean, they're more experienced. They've been there. They've done that.
You gotta
Yeah.
beat. You gotta beat the
What's
champion.
happening?
So-
Three straight now?
I have a question for you, because has his view on a certain guy.
Oh, yes. I want to hear this.
It doesn't matter what he does. He gonna always have hatred.
He can give out free turkeys to the poor,
Oh,
and he can put up 50 points a game.
who is he, man?
He can't stand KD.
Okay.
Who do you who do you feel is the better player, KD or Curry?
KD.
He says Curry.
I mean, Curry is efficient. I mean, but
He's not a better overall
man,
player.
Curry's
than KD.
not. Man, Curry's not better than KD.
See,
man.
Stan is talking
Come
on
on,
his
bro.
fees.
Right.
He's,
Hey,
he's
listen.
in his fees because of
I'm
what
not
KD
I'm
did.
not a KD fan because of him jumping ship. But guess what?
That's Stan's issue.
He
That,
went
that,
against-
that's Stan's
he
issue.
went
He's stuck on that.
He went against the
The cold, man.
cold.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not joining nobody beat me.
Can't beat him, join him. No, he did it.
Nah, I
He
can't
did
do
it.
that. That's my personal. I can't do that.
That's a sports
But yeah,
code,
see,
man.
Stan uses
up,
that
cousin?
as a reason to say KD isn't better than Curry. I'm
Yeah, he
like,
talks about uses that to talk about his entire game.
right.
man. What do Curry do better than KD except shoot that three?
And
KD can shoot that three, too.
If he want to shoot like Curry, he could, but he doesn't do it.
Okay, then. So there you have it.
I mean, but we know that.
Yeah,
there you have it.
because he's got it more in his tool belt.
Yeah.
He can go to 4. He can go to 2.
Right.
Yep.
He can go to 3 and a point if he need to.
I don't see Steph Curry known for his defense.
No,
like
he's
that.
not.
Man, I
He's always a liability
Yeah.
on defense.
I think Steph probably is him and Steve Nash defense is neck and neck. Steve Nash and Curry and doing defensive slide drills backwards.
Oh man, that was a good one. All right, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna save my my prediction for a different segment.
If we get to the segment,
We on great time, so we good.
Man, I didn't know I was signing up for a 3-hour venture, man.
He talking about 3 hour venture. It's only been an hour and 28 minutes.
3-hour tour.
But hey, that's what happens. That's what happens when you have great discussions, though.
Man, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what this show's all
I
about.
have no business after the show, so I'm like, man, I'm gonna be trying to.
I didn't go live. I had to.
But yeah, I expect a NBA Finals. I'll just leave it at that. So let's talk about the All NBA team. There's been a lot of
I got that pulled up here.
yeah, a lot of interesting choices here.
Run that 5
All right, so
on the first team.
the first team we have Giannis,
Agreed.
we have James Harden, we have Curry.
I got it. I can do.
Okay, going back, we have say it again. Giannis, Harden, Paul George, and all right. Second team.
How Kawhi didn't get on that?
Hold on. Second
Never
team.
mind.
We have Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, James Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask you this, man. Did Kyrie Irving have a better season than Kemba Walker?
No.
But what's crazy is that
Exactly.
for the first time in a very, very long time, I have not said the guy's name yet.
LeBron James. LeBron Diddy.
Third team, Russell Westbrook, Blake Griffin.
Who should have been probably on the first team. We don't like Russ, but a lot of people don't like Russ, but hey.
I like Russ. I like Russ.
I like Russ.
Hey, hold on.
Yeah, you talk about that dog.
I always told we have an issue with our stream.
Streaming perfect right now.
Make sure we good. Okay.
I'm good over here. I got it streamed up right here.
T-Bone sent me a text saying the stream is kind of staticky, so could be some connection issues. Working on that. Make sure that we're still good. Hold on real quick.
I'm good.
Let's see here.
I'm all right now.
Okay. Man, it's been interesting.
All right. So,
Okay, hold on.
wait a minute. Are we good?
Should be good.
Hold on.
It might be his
Okay.
connection.
All right. Now you say it's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
He buffering.
Buffering.
Right.
He buffering. No, we good. We been good for the whole show.
He like, I don't care about y'all. I worry about me right now. I want to make sure.
No, we good over here, man.
I'm called Charter.
I got this.
Y'all need to call Charter.
Yeah, actually, T-Bone, he's currently in Orlando, Florida.
Oh,
So,
okay. Comcast.
but
my-
he actually went to Normandy with Sidon.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry he had to go through that.
Uh-oh.
See.
I mean,
Phone call coming.
Yeah. Call coming,
I'm
man.
sorry he had to go through that, but it's okay. I mean,
All right, so sorry about that, y'all. We just want to make sure everything was good before we get back to it. So, as I said before, there's a name that we haven't said yet.
Yep.
I'm going to say the third team. Russell Westbrook, Blake Griffin, LeBron James, Rudy Gobert, Kemba Walker.
there was a lot of biased stuff going on with those picks, man.
Yeah.
Because hey, everybody talks about how LeBron, well, they didn't make the playoffs. Kemba didn't make the playoffs. But is that an individual accolade or is that a team accolade?
Now, I mean, I can
What happened
see.
to D'Angelo Russell?
Well, he wasn't.
Oh,
He was
man.
good, but he wasn't. He ain't no
wasn't
first
there?
team. No. But going back to LeBron, I see why he wasn't on there. On the game that he missed, it was crucial.
Okay, the games that
And
Kyrie missed a lot of games this year, a whole lot.
But not more than LeBron.
Nah, LeBron went down and so did the Lakers. That just let you know how important he was to his team.
And then even when he came back,
My cousin called him Crybaby James.
and then even when he did come back, he would have done more to help that team the last month of the season. He would have been higher.
I honestly think he checked out, man.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, LeBron, with what he has, what he brings to the table, man, I seen him play matador defense.
Yes.
When the last time you seen LeBron get a chase down, one of those chase down infamous blocks that he put on
Right.
people
Yeah.
that would put the fear on you from going to the basket?
Yeah.
Guys going
Open layup.
up and
No,
under.
you don't.
Yeah.
A lot of guys were going around LeBron doing up and unders and just having their way.
And like you said, look at the focus when he came back. He was so focused on saying all these tidbits in the media, then focus on just the team itself. You know, it was all about, if you ain't about taking the adversity and then you on the wrong. You know,
Man,
stuff like that.
Brian
It's
wanted
like,
to watch Bronny Jr. get it done.
you know,
He looked like he having a lot of fun.
he turned to Hollywood Brian and not LeBron. He turned to Hollywood Brian.
Hollywood Brian.
And it hurt, you know, a lot of things. It looks like it kind of hurt his rep. So I'm gonna ask y'all this question. With this being said, have we seen the last time that LeBron would be on the first team?
No. He's such a competitor and smart enough to understand what he has to do next year. He has to get the Lakers in the playoffs next year.
He has to.
He has to. Or that move to LA was just
Worthless.
he should have stayed at Cavs.
Quick side note. T-Bone said, I beat every school in the PHL. He's talking about his wrestling. In wrestling.
Oh, I thought he was a captain of the tennis team or
Oh,
something.
no, he was a wrestler.
Oh, we not wrestling nobody, man.
Yeah, he beat me every team.
He actually was a.
So there you go.
He actually was
Vikings.
a professional wrestler. What league was that in? What you know, I
No,
can't.
he was a pro wrestler.
Yeah. So he didn't do like the WWE, but he was pretty much close.
Yeah, and he did. He did amateur style wrestling in high school.
Yeah.
I
I didn't want to say the other. You know,
Yeah.
I didn't want to say the S word before.
Yeah. See, I didn't say that either.
But no, he's on YouTube. Put in, I believe he's still on there.
Oh yeah, he's on there. You can find his
T-Bone-
matches.
T-Bone Funk, and just check out his matches. He's
Yeah, he's pretty.
T-Bone Funk.
T-Bone Funk. He's pretty good.
great dude. He's like you see, he's always commenting. He actually
I had my
on
guy-
the show in the past and everything.
Yeah.
My guy Earl used to wrestle for them, man. He's one of the strongest dudes I ever met, man.
What's up?
What's Earl Span? Earl Span. He missed a lot.
First team. So
He missed a
who
lot
should
of
take a
games.
spot?
If it's individual, I'm gonna say either Dame Lillard or Kemba Walker.
Okay,
First team. Kemba Walker.
first team.
Kemba. Watch a game. I ain't talking about just a highlight reel of what they
Right,
show you on
right.
here. Watch him, Kemba.
So
If Kemba goes to LA, it's gonna be big trouble on the West Coast.
right, let's talk
That's a
about
fact.
the NBA all defensive teams. This is pretty interesting. Rudy Gobert. This is first team. Rudy Gobert, Paul George, Giannis, Marcus Smart, Eric Bledsoe.
Marcus Smart missed a lot of games,
He
man.
did.
And why Bledsoe didn't bring that same juice?
In the conference finals.
Oh, okay.
And then second team, we have Drew Holiday, Klay Thompson, Joel Embiid, Draymond Green, Kawhi Leonard. Did they get anything wrong here?
I think they got it pretty much right. I think
Should Draymond be on the first team?
who do you replace him with though?
It'll have to be probably Paul George.
No, Paul George is lock up. Paul George sitting down.
Kawhi Leonard. I think.
I thought Kawhi was the first team.
I think maybe if he would have played more games, he would have
Kawhi played what 60 games.
something like that.
Oh well, hey,
Klay Thompson was salty though. He felt like he should have been on the defensive first team. The reason why, because if he would have made
he
the
would've got
first
that-
team,
might have got a bonus.
he
Huh?
would have got that $30 million bag when he signed his next contract.
Oh shoot.
So instead of him getting like
Sucks to be him, huh?
So instead of him getting like 190 something, he would have gotten 220 something.
Oh, now you want me to feel sorry for him? It won't happen.
That's how the Spice Adams, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be crying for Klay Thompson no time soon.
But no, my thing about Klay. So after they made the announcement, and maybe I could be wrong, but maybe this was in regards to the All NBA first or second team, whatever. But he had there was like a little article saying that he was salty. Well, no, I'd rather win than be on the first team.
Who's he referring to? Paul George, maybe?
But here's the thing. But then recently, he just put out there that he was hurt by not making the first team. So which one is it, man?
It's that 30 million.
Yeah.
And he thought about like, damn, wait a minute, I'm hurt now.
Work. Get out of here, man.
All right, man. Once again, this is a Platform Sports Talk show. I am your boy Smooth,
And Sadal.
and we have our special guest,
Big game.
Big Game, Big Game in the building, man. Once again, thanks for coming on our show.
Man, I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Who has been your playoff MVP?
Kawhi Leonard.
I agree. I said the same thing.
Kawhi Leonard.
Watched any of the games. I don't know.
I wonder who Stan would choose. Probably Steph Curry.
Without watching the games, I'd probably say Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I probably say Kawhi. No, I know Kawhi, but I know Stan.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Steph, man, he ain't been too bad.
I like Dame Lillard what he's been able to do to bring Portland along.
He faded away against Golden State.
I know he faded away. I was rooting for him, but
He was doing a Michael Jordan. He faded away.
Yeah, but God, it was
Michael Jordan
that looked
didn't
like the
fade away
CJ
when he
McCulloch show.
mattered,
To be
so.
honest, that last couple games looked like the CJ McCulloch show for real.
Ooh. Again, I haven't watched any of the games, so I don't know.
It's time for some fun segments. Do you have a congrats?
Have anything, man? I don't have that for you, bro. I'm sorry.
All right. Congrats, you were right. Big game is if you heard something, somebody have told you, and you was like, they said something that could happen, and then finally did, and you're like, you know what? Dang, you was right about that.
You know what? I got one.
Guy, man, he predicted the NBA Finals in our sport, and everybody was like, man, bye. He predicted the whole Final Four.
Wow.
The Final Four. The Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Finals, and the championship. That was very impressive for Earl Isom.
What's his name?
Earl Isom.
Earl.
I do have one. You know what? Congrats, you and Stanton. You were right. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard, from what I hear, yes, he should be in the top 5.
Hey, I got him top 3.
Top 5 what?
Top 5 NBA players right now.
I got him top 3.
Let me get your top 3. Let me get your top 5.
Oh man, top 5. I would have to say as of right now, who's Stan gonna hate me when I say this, but as of right now, I'm going to have to say. I know it's kind of what's the word I'm trying to think of? I can't think of the word right now. But I'm gonna say right now, 1 is KD, 2 is LeBron, 3 is Kawhi.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I'm doing that. LeBron has lost his. Now, if he brings back that old mojo that he had, but
have you looked at the numbers?
What you mean?
His numbers ain't dropped. You know that, right? I'm gonna give you mine.
Okay, go ahead.
LeBron. And I'm not a LeBron fan, but I appreciate greatness because it's like one of those. You see your Jordans, you see your Kobe's, and we underappreciate them. And then when they go, you be like, man, he wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kobe was like that. For real.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, I hated Kobe his whole career, and then as soon as he retired, you know what?
he wasn't that bad.
He wasn't that bad.
Oh, and I'm just in regards to just talking about as we stand right now. Like I said, if LeBron comes out next year and he has that dog in him like he had when he was in Cleveland and Miami, then okay, yeah, okay, welcome back to the top spot. But right now, KD is like, you know what?
LeBron.
Excuse me, LeBron. But
KD.
I'm taking this.
LeBron, KD, Kawhi. I'm going to throw you off a little bit. And I'm going to say Jokic.
Woo. Not Giannis.
Jokic.
Wow.
Then Giannis. He's a game changer, man. And I ain't talking about just scoring the basketball. I'm talking about rebounding, can pass, defends very well. And he ain't that bad on his feet neither.
My 4 and 5, I'm going to say Giannis and Steph Curry.
Steph, I like Steph, man, but I think I take Jokic over him.
You have a top 5 at all?
Not necessarily.
Is overrated?
No.
So what's the problem in the playoffs?
The supporting cast. This year he actually brought it. Chris Paul brought it. And I mean, you run into it's just like, okay, let me ask you this. Was the Utah Jazz that bad or was Jordan just that good?
Jordan was just that good.
Okay.
Because the Utah Jazz
Was a great team.
had the Bulls sweating, had me sweating.
Okay. Was another team, that Utah team, if they had played anybody else, they'd have won a championship.
They would have won too.
Exactly. Yeah, same thing. That Golden State team, think about this. They won 73 basketball games. That's a lot of winning. That's a great team. And they Karl Malone, Stockton, Hornacek, Russell, Ostertag.
Yeah.
And you could name the list and on with that team. 3 Hall of Famers on that team. And ain't no way they could play anybody but the Bulls and they win.
Who's the third Hall
Hall of Famer? Hornacek.
Hornacek.
I think if he's not a Hall of Famer, he's close to it.
He's not right now.
Okay, he's close to
Because
it.
I know Stockton Malone's in there.
Stockton Malone. That's 2 Hall of Famers. First 2 Hall of Famers. MJ Pippen.
Got an update real quick. I'm sorry. Cardinals are down 4-1.
Okay, what about the Blues game?
Blues right now it's tied at 2.
Yes.
Come on, we got action.
So going back to your Bulls question about the Bulls and the Jazz. Well, comparing the Bulls team against the Jazz as you compare Houston, who is currently, since James Harden has to be Jordan, who's the Pippen of the Rockets?
Man, they by committee, man. Because
that's the reason why.
night.
That's the reason why I can't compare the Rockets. You know your analogy with you.
Well, I mean that's why I said if the Rockets ran against any of those other teams, the Rockets would have beat Portland, the Rockets would be Denver, the Rockets would be anybody but Golden State. Who else could beat them in a 7-game series?
Well, yeah, I mean that's
In the West?
That's
In the
definitely
West.
true. I agree.
Who else can beat the
West.
Rockets?
I agree.
Okay, you could say
That's
the
true.
The Nuggets possibly.
Okay. Now
But-
I get what you're coming from. Okay, my bad. I thought it was
Nobody
something
else.
different.
Nobody else beating them. So that's their Achilles. You know, you ever ran into that guy you just can't beat?
Just can't beat him.
Yeah.
They just can't beat Golden State.
And it's crazy how you brought up the Rockets anyway, because now they're talking about possibly blowing up the whole team.
I saw that.
They saying that
That's crazy.
They say everyone except for Harden possibly could be on the trade block.
Chris Paul is included.
Yes.
They overpaid him, and now they got to deal
But
with it.
my thing is, the head coach needs to be gone too. Dan Tony, he's a great offensive-minded coach, but when they get down to the playoffs, it's all about defense. Defense wins championships.
And Tony,
and
when
exactly.
his D is silent.
Exactly.
Let me ask
The
you
D
this.
is silent.
Okay,
Silent.
you signed Kenneth Faried.
Didn't even play him.
You signed Kenneth Faried. You're losing when you got Melo. Capella goes down. Faried steps in and does a heck of a job and barely plays in the playoffs.
That's a problem. Because I was
You get
I
rid
was
of
so
your
wondering.
best perimeter defender,
Right.
and send him to what did he go 76ers? I mean, what are you saying? Like you saying we're gonna pick offense, but then you struggling at the stretch forward where you had Carmelo for basically pinocchles, and even if you wanted to bench him and keep him on the bench, you could have kept that man. The message was sent loud and clear.
Yeah, so as they try to blow up the team, I think it's the coach, man, for real. He needs to go, and then that's when you can start getting some things in order. The Rockets are reaching out to Ty-Lue about the assistant head coach job.
Maybe you need to reach out to him about the head coach.
That's the wrong position.
Yeah.
Yeah, so going back to congrats, you were right. Wow. Congrats goes to I hate to say this, Mike Matheny.
Nah, don't start too soon. It's only May, man. It's only May. It's only May, dude.
Hey,
Because you might say, bro, you tripping now.
I bet
you might go into another segment.
I bet T-Bone.
No.
I bet T-Bone is laughing right now.
No, I wouldn't give him that title yet. Man, it's only May. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's still extremely.
It's only May, man. It's still early, dude. He was a terrible manager, man.
All right.
He was terrible. That's too soon, man.
All right. We're going to see.
You saved that for September.
All right. Bro, you tripping. You got one.
Bro, you was almost tripping trying to give Mike Matheny the congrats. You were right in May.
You got one, bro, you tripping?
No, I don't have one.
All right. So going back to my Toronto Golden State series. But it's pretty simple. If KD and DeMarcus Cousins do not play in this series, Toronto has an incredible chance to beat Golden State. As I stated before, if Steph Curry is being traditional Steph Curry, getting hot, you have to put Kawhi on him immediately. He's going to be the key, like he was against Portland, to start runs, finish games. The team really feeds off of what Curry does. If KD and DeMarcus does not play in this series, and Kawhi guards Steph Curry, Toronto will win this series in 7.
Do you think that they will go with Danny Green, who's a prolific defender as well, on Curry before they exonerate? Before they use all that energy,
and then switch him on over the
then
Clay.
Switch Kawhi over there, because I'm not using my best offensive player on Curry out the gate.
That has to be like your
that's Danny Green's job.
Your safety valve. Okay, if this don't work first, okay.
And if not,
where that key at? Okay,
and
hold
if
on.
not,
Go on out, Kawhi.
this is what I'm going to tell you right now.
All right,
you're going to see Pat McCall in that series.
Ooh, because
a defensive
specialist. He knows.
That's what he specializes in. He's that other defender, because you got them. You're going to see Powell. That's going to happen. But you're going to know if it gets to the situation where Curry's going nuts, they're going to say, hey, you know what? You was in practice with him every day. Mm-hmm. Go get him. I think Pat will take that personal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like I said, only if KD and DeMarcus does not play
X factor,
then I have Toronto.
I don't think that's a tripping.
Mark Gasol, Serge Ibaka, X factor. We know we get from Siakam. You should get
Siakam.
I like that name. It sounds like a African warrior.
Siakam, Wakanda forever.
Siakam.
Baku. Siakam.
Boom game.
Sound like something on Mortal Kombat. Siakam.
But yeah, it should be I feel it's gonna be a entertaining series, man. Toronto's gonna bring something different. The crowd, the people are gonna be going crazy first time in the finals.
What?
You know how Drake gonna be?
Oh yeah, is this their first? This is their first time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like I say, you know how Drake gonna be. So
they started out. They kick it off in
tomorrow
Toronto.
night. Yeah, in Toronto.
Drake gonna be there. I heard about
Drake.
Drake being all up in the game. I heard about that.
He beside the coach and everything.
He's the new age Spike Lee over here.
Who's the greatest Raptors of all time? Give me a top 3.
You said Raptor?
Top 3 Raptors of all time.
Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and Kawhi Leonard now.
Chris Bosh.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh and Damon Stoudemire.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Damon Stoudemire.
Oh yeah, Damon Stoudemire.
So you have Stoudemire over who?
No, I don't have him.
Oh, okay. Got you.
We got DeMar DeRozan. He's the all-time leading scorer.
Then DeMar DeRozan is somewhere crying right now.
Oh my God.
Dude,
Still hurt.
Dude, he's at some kind of psych ward. Like, what's wrong with me?
What's wrong with me?
They talking to a psychologist.
He got that Tyrese.
Oh my God.
What is this wrong with me?
I people didn't realize how good Kawhi was until he replaced DeMar.
Yeah.
And I know Kyle Lowry's like, DeMar, you my homeboy, but man,
this dude I got here,
yeah, he's different.
he's special.
And what if they could have had both of them guys?
Special. All right, idiot of the week. You have anything?
Idiot of the week.
I have a few.
I don't have any idiots of the week.
All right, here's the time for this one. So, this first one goes out to Rob Pelinka. So you know what Magic said last week about the reason why he left the Lakers.
Yeah, because they had
He felt like Pelinka was
trying to take over.
Double standard.
right,
Yeah.
and he was pretty much backstabbing. So the Lakers, they usually have this thing called the Genius Series where they bring in celebrities to talk to the players. They had last year The Rock. He came in, and
I saw that speech he gave. It was pretty dope.
so before The Rock gave his speech, or after The Rock gave his speech, Pelinka had some words to say
This is last year.
this past season, and this is what
Like,
he
hey,
had to
hook
say.
me up with dinner with side of just basketball.
Yeah.
And I remember just a really quick story. There was one time when Kobe, who I worked with for 18 years, was going back to play Madison Square Garden, and he had just seen The Dark Knight. Obviously, you guys saw that movie. And he's like, hey, hook me up with dinner with Heath Ledger, because he got so locked into that role. I want to know how he mentally went there. And so we had dinner with Heath, and he talked about how he locks in for a role, and Kobe used some of that in his game against the Knicks in terms of mental preparation. And so I know for you, your craft, your art, how you've gotten to be number one, and then how you stay there is going to be inspired.
So, as you heard, Rob Pelinka said that Kobe Bryant met with Heath Ledger, who played the Joker on The Dark Knight. It helped him to focus on his game before they played at Madison Square Garden. The problem is, during the time frame that he said that Kobe Bryant
Because it's
had
a short time frame here. It's
so
short.
during the time frame that he said Kobe Bryant had this meeting with Heath Ledger, Heath Ledger was already dead.
Oh wow.
Heath Ledger died working on a movie after The Dark Knight. So it wasn't really that.
He visited him at the gravesite. Y'all misunderstood what he meant.
He pulled out a plate and some dinnerware at the gravesite.
Nah, he had a bologna sandwich at the gravesite.
He pulled out a little liquor for him.
And a shovel. Let me talk to you real quick.
God, man.
That guy.
So-
Wow.
So it might be some validity to him sabotaging.
So in front of the whole squad with The Rock there,
I bet he met with Bernie Mac and
Elvis Presley,
Elvis
you know,
Presley,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson,
Michael
know,
Jackson.
just get all
Just
kind of
last
opponents.
year.
Yeah.
Just last year.
Just getting all kind of opponents right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
For the comedy that he just spewed.
yeah. All right. So that's one,
Wow.
That's one idiot. And my second one, Odubel Herrera from the Philadelphia Phillies. We are supposed to be playing against him right now. He normally is our everyday center fielder for the Phillies. But he is on administrative leave because he was suspended due to domestic violence. Another case
Golly.
of an athlete just wasting away his career because of.
He ain't like he had a big name either. So you know he's buried.
So yeah, like I said, he's on administrative leave. Ain't no telling how long he'll be out. It's indefinite, but once again,
Stupid.
you do this.
Stupid.
So Odubel Herrera and Rob Pelinka, you are my idiots of the week.
Congratulations. You played yourselves.
Get your head out your ass.
Stop. Get some help.
Y'all some new fools. All right. That was Idiot of the Week. Once again, this has been a great show. We are winding down. I don't think it's raining outside. I don't hear no more raindrops hitting the roof anymore.
I
So
hope not.
here we go.
I see that Vashon jersey on your.
Hey, it look good on it. It look good. Look good on it.
Better call the insurance company. I might leave.
The wall looked better. The wall looked better when it had the green and the red up there. When I had my green and red up there.
I'm gonna have to get out.
You know what?
Just saying. I'm just saying.
I was gonna burn that one time, but I said,
See, no, you wasn't gonna do nothing with nothing.
All right. What if? Do you have a what if?
What if you try to burn up my green and red? It's a problem.
Oh man, no what if, man. Nah, I'm gonna keep my what if.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. I'll say it's what if.
Yeah, you coaching next year now. You know, you on record.
Yeah, I gotta keep it real humble, man.
All right.
No, but what if I went back to Sodan and hit him with an uppercut, man?
Oh,
and took
Little jab to the.
and got him, and the student takes out the teacher.
he
Two chops to the throat.
Hey, he gonna be on the real FTO news.
No, basketball, man, basketball, man. Calm down, man. We ain't in a violent mood, man. All we want to do is go.
We talking about black on black. No,
We talking about basketball, man.
All we talking about is that date that I got circled on the calendar, man. Going back in there and taking care of business. That's
Hey,
it, man.
my thing is you just make sure that the platform Sports Talk Show is there so we can check you out.
Oh man, without question, man.
All right, let's make it happen. Once again,
Yeah.
talk to John for me.
I will be.
He
doing
already
that.
know what's up. It just a matter of just the scheduling. That's all.
Oh, man,
'Cause, you know, we know he a busy man. He go out of town with his AAU girls team.
Man, that girl's
Incredible,
They're
ain't they?
really good, man.
Yeah,
really good,
incredible.
man.
Shouts out to all the women out there holding things down, from the professional leagues to the high school, all the different leagues, man.
From the
Y'all
coaching
are doing
ranks.
it. Yeah, the women's kickball leagues. It's intense out there. It's not a game, you know. So women, shouts out to you. We having a super show at Spoke Session on the 19th next month. Already have a few guests lined up, so stay tuned. Hopefully, we maybe bring you back if you're available. So big show coming up. You know, you ever what if?
Nah, man.
What if the Cardinals are worse this year than they were last year?
Oh man, heads will roll.
You can't blame it on Schilt yet.
Then who?
The front office. That's who. Yeah. They don't be doing nothing. They'll just be sitting. Talking about the Cardinal way. Him.
I
You blame it
agree.
on the guy. This will happen. I would start a campaign to fire what's his name?
Mo Zayla.
Yeah, fire Mo.
Hey, I do have a what if.
All right.
What if Pat McCall wins his third championship? What does that rank him amongst the pro basketball players that come
St.
out
Louis.
of there? Larry Hughes, the Brad Bills, and you know those guys.
Yeah, ranks
I
him
mean,
up,
David
baby.
Lee.
Well, see, here's the thing: is that
How do you rank that?
they wouldn't say he's one of the best players,
How could you not?
but not
He'd
because
be the most decorated.
no, right, because he's a product of being around other great players. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was the sole reason. It'd be different if he was the one that won the MVP, or if he was the one that was scoring
Shoot, what
20
if he
points
does
a
win?
game.
What if he does win the Finals MVP and steps up and
Now-
plays a game
now that's
such
different.
as that?
That's different. But like for me, I put him in that Jud Bushler role.
Judd Bushler, Randy Brown.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you were just a product of being on a great team at that time.
I don't remember who Jeb
You
Bushler is.
wasn't
Shooter Bulls.
Yeah.
Oh,
You wasn't the reason, but you were just part of that team that won so much. You know what I'm saying? So
But we're talking about the city. We're talking about how would the city view him? You bought a championship
I mean,
from
but
Wellston.
truthfully-
You bought the championship to Wellston. He bought the actual the crown to Wellston.
prime example. How many times do people talk about him more than Tatum?
That's not gonna happen.
Why?
I mean, for what Tatum's doing.
My point. But because all they has 2 rings.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's my point. But
he get a third one.
But
He
they
get a
always
third
talk
one.
about Bradley Beal.
Big Game is gonna start running a
And Tatum.
campaign for the Pat McCall because if he gets the third ring, I'm gonna run it. It's something that's
I'm
special,
part
man.
of the President's Club for
That's special, man.
Patrick McCall. But like I said, you always hear about Bradley Beal and Tatum before you even hear about McCall. Everybody forgets that he won 2 rings.
Yeah, he got 2.
Yeah.
And if he get a third, I'm gonna make sure the world knows about it.
And we're gonna start it right here on the platform.
Yes,
Sports
sir.
Talk Show. So with that being said, we are right at 2 hours and 4 minutes. So with that being said, it's time to get up out of here. Once again, this has been an incredible show. You will not see this man right here next week because he got to take care of some business.
Business.
But once again, big game. Incredible having you on the show.
Hey, man, it was a pleasure. I mean, a true pleasure meeting her, man.
Yeah, man.
Even though y'all held me hostage for 2 hours, I said,
You on lockdown.
It's a marathon every Wednesday,
it was
man.
35, 45 minutes. I was going to have a quick segment and get out the door, but we in here at the time.
Hey.
Time flies when you talking about great things.
Hey,
It's just like Nipsey, man. It's the marathon.
I'm
right
gonna tell
here.
you. I'm gonna tell you. If Stanton was here, this show probably would have been on for about 2 hours and a
Oh
half.
yeah, it would have been easily 4 hours.
Man,
It would have been 4 hours.
But hey, Stan, I hope everything's going well with you. Once again, everyone, please go to the platform Sports Talk Show. Click subscribe. Click on that bell because anytime we go live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time,
You'll be notified.
it's your boy Smooth.
And Sadal.
I'm big game.
Big game, Jake. No. Big game. Platform Sports Talk Show. When it's about sports.
It becomes our business, and business just picked up.
See y'all next week, y'all. Share this with your peoples. We out here.
Power up on them.